What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I'm back today to give you a review of the Tiffany & Co. Nike Air Force 1 1837. Today's video is sponsored by Heffelux. When it comes to sneakers, comfort is king. So when you buy a pair of shoes and find out they're uncomfortable, one of the easiest fixes is to swap out the insoles. So that's where Heffelux comes into play. If you check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box, you'll see they sell a variety of ETPU insoles, which really is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website and use the code SEANGO at checkout and take 15% off your entire purchase. So apologies if I sound very nasally or off. I am feeling a little bit under the weather, so I'm going to try my best to get through this video and hopefully I don't sound too bad. Anyways, so this right here is the much anticipated collaboration between Tiffany & Co. and Nike. Officially, this is their very first collaborative sneaker, and these released on March 7th for a price of $400 US or a very hefty 500 Canadian dollars. The official colorway for this shoe is black and multicolor, and the nickname of the shoe is 1837, which is a reference to the year that Tiffany & Co. was founded, along with the actual Pantone code, which refers to that iconic shade of blue, the Tiffany blue that we've all come to know and love. So it's pretty safe to say that there was a lot of chatter surrounding this release. Both good and bad. We had a lot of people hating on the design of this shoe and the super high price point as well. But keep in mind, this is a collaboration with Tiffany & Co., which makes sense why they would price this collaboration that much higher. At the end of the day, Tiffany & Co. has to maintain their brand image as well, so they probably don't want to sell this shoe for the normal Air Force 1 price of roughly $150 to $200 US. But the question is, are these worth the actual price that these were sold for? Well, stick around and we'll find out. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. So this comes in that Tiffany blue colored cardboard box. We have the Nike logo on the very top in white, and you can't really see this on camera, but there's a very fine texture to this cardboard, almost resembling faux leather. And the inside of the box is colored in that typical Nike orange, and we have Tiffany branding on the inside lid. And this pair also comes with special paper as well, so you can see it features a bunch of old Tiffany & Co. as well as Air Force 1 ads. So I thought this was a really nice add-on, and it's just one of those things that really makes the whole unboxing experience that much more special. So as for the shoe itself, so before we actually dive into the details, I was actually a bit surprised how readily available this pair was. And what I mean by that, it was not by any means an easy shoe to buy, but I noticed that a lot of boutiques got this pair. Even here in Canada, where hyped collaborations are few and far between, not only did the usual boutiques get them like Capsule, Livestock, but some of the smaller boutiques got them as well, such as The Closet Inc., Off the Hook, and Dipped. So I just thought it was kind of random how Nike decided to release this pair, but I'm not complaining whatsoever. So jumping straight into the details, the upper of the shoe is constructed out of a very premium black suede. So this is more of a smooth suede as opposed to a long-haired shaggy suede. And I have to say, when I got these in hand and took them out of the box, I was very impressed with the overall quality of this material. So on the toe box, you can see we have these perforations just like any other Air Force 1. And then surrounding the outer edge of the toe box, we have more of that same black suede. And one thing I noticed is that the edges of the panels, it looks like the leather has been wrapped, which gives it more of that expensive and premium finish. Covering the eye stays of the shoe, we have a very soft tumbled black leather, and then on the mid panel we have more of that same black suede, and then overlaid on top of this, we have your Nike swoosh, which is constructed out of a tumbled leather in this Tiffany blue shade. Moving downwards, surrounding the heel, we have more of that same black suede, and then attached on the heel, we have a genuine silver Tiffany charm, which probably makes up over half of the cost of the shoe if I'm being honest. And on this charm, you'll see we have New York, which is where Tiffany & Co. was founded, T for Tiffany, and 925, which refers to the purity of the silver, meaning it's 92.5% composed of genuine silver, and the remaining 7.5% is made up of other types of alloys. And then covering the very top of the heel, we have more of that tumbled black leather, and we have Nike Air embroidered across in black. Attached to the laces, these come with a leather doubre or lace lock, and one thing that was missing from the shoe that I thought would have been nice would have been a pair of silver doubres. But seeing that they retailed for I think $250 US, if they included that with this shoe, it probably would have made the shoe retail for probably around $600 US instead. So as far as the standard laces go, these come with a thick rope style lace, and the lace tips are covered in black metal as well. But if you're not feeling the black laces, they also give you 3 other lace options. So all 3 of these are standard flat style laces. So they come with a white colored lace. Of course, they come with a Tiffany blue colored lace. And then my personal favorite, a yellow colored lace, which I think is a nod to the iconic Tiffany yellow diamond. I heard about this through Sneaker Fetish's review on this shoe. So if you guys haven't heard of his channel before, be sure to check it out as well. He did a really good job on his video. But long story short, the Tiffany yellow diamond is one of the largest yellow diamonds that's ever been found on Earth, weighing in at nearly 290 carats when it was found, and it's only been worn a handful of times for very special occasions. So anyways, all 4 laces are very good options, but I personally would lean towards either sticking with the normal black lace or going all out and going with the yellow laces instead. So underneath the laces, instead of your typical leather or nylon tongue, for this pair we have a satin tongue, which contrasts nicely against the suede and the leather of the upper of the shoe. And on the very top we have this leather tag, which is stitched on, and we have Tiffany branding in silver. The inner collar of the shoe is lined in a very premium black colored leather, and you can just see those natural leather grains here, and it just feels like a very nice cut of leather, which I was very impressed with. And as far as the insoles go, so these come with your typical foam lined insole. It's covered in this Tiffany blue colored synthetic leather on the top, and we have Nike Air branding stamped on the heel in silver. Underneath the insoles, the strobel of the shoe, which is covered in this nylon finish. This is probably one of those small unseen touches, but they also colored this in that Tiffany blue shade as well, which I thought was really dope. So the upper of these Air Force Ones sits atop this full-length rubber cupsole, which is entirely painted in black. Encapsulated within the shoe but not visible to the eye, there is Nike Air technology for cushioning. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have your standard Air Force One outsole. So this is constructed out of a black colored rubber, but we have these circular pivot points on the heel and the forefoot, which is done in this Tiffany blue shade. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about sizing, so I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in a size 9.5, and overall they fit me pretty well. So I usually wear between a 9.5 to a 10, depending on the specific Air Force One release. Some pairs fit more roomy, so I can go a half size down in them. Others fit more snug, so I stick true to size. So it really depends on that specific release. But more often than not, going a half size down for Air Force Ones is fine for me, even though my feet are a little bit on the wider side. So getting these in a 9.5, there was about a finger's width between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe, which I thought was great, and the width of the shoe gave me absolutely no problems. If you have really wide feet or you just like more of a roomy fit, then you can probably go true to size as well. But for everyone else, if you like more of that snug one-to-one fit, and especially if you have more of a narrow foot, I'd recommend going down a half size or your normal Air Force One size. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel pretty much like any other Air Force One. You feel very elevated, very high off the ground, and it's a bit more of a clunky and heavy feeling shoe. But there is Nike Air technology within this midsole, so you feel some level of cushioning and compression within this midsole. Personally though, I just wouldn't put it as one of my favorite shoes when it comes to comfort. Some people though swear by Air Force Ones, so if you're someone that normally loves how they feel on feet, then you'll probably love these as well. Last but not least, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, I was pretty blown away. The suede really feels like a premium suede, and the leather as well. You can tell that Nike and Tiffany didn't take shortcuts when they were choosing the materials for this pair. So even though this is more of a flatter suede, even when I run my fingers across this, you can see that changing of the shade of the suede. And the leathers used on this shoe almost has a bit of a delicate feel to it. It doesn't feel plastic coated, it doesn't feel synthetic whatsoever. And from a build and craftsmanship standpoint, I was pretty impressed as well. I didn't notice any flaws at all. The stitch job was pretty much immaculate. The panels were cut consistently and placed consistently. So all in all, I know the price point is super high for this pair, but at least we got very good quality and very good build, which I guess you can say is the least we could have gotten. So with all that out of the way now, let me toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. Obviously part of the draw behind the shoe, and you can see that for a lot of releases, is the hype surrounding this. This is the first of its kind, being a limited collaboration with Tiffany & Co. I'm just surprised that the price stayed so high, considering it seemed like a lot of stores got this pair. So if you're asking me for my honest opinion, would I pay the secondary market price for this pair? Absolutely not. These are definitely a retail only sort of shoe. And while I think the quality of the materials was great and the build of the shoe was great, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit underwhelmed by the design and the colorway. I get the whole New York reference with this all black Air Force One. It's just a part of me feels like they could have done a lot more with this release, specifically giving us more tones of Tiffany blue throughout this shoe, but that's just my humble opinion. Is this going to be one of my top 3 or 5 sneaker releases of the year? Absolutely not, but I do appreciate what these are having them now in hand, and I guess it makes sense why the retail price is so high because of this Tiffany charm on the heel, which is genuine silver. So if you think about it, if you're buying Tiffany silver at the store, at minimum, what, you're paying $200 or $300 for this charm? So by slapping on 2 charms on each pair, when you think of it that way, I guess the price point on this shoe isn't all that bad. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Tiffany & Co. Nike Air Force One 1837. What are your overall thoughts on this collaboration? What are your thoughts on the colorway? And for anyone watching, did you guys luck out and grab a pair of these? Did you take an L and pay resale for these? Or was it not really your thing and you passed on them altogether? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, follow my Twitter account at sean.go, and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Apologies for the nasally voice. Hopefully I get better tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys all in my next video.